I'm a game changer.
What's up, Shady Sports Network? I'm here with a very special interview. I'm here with Noah Smaltz. He is a offensive lineman, formerly of the Rapid City Marshals. Noah, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Excited to have you on the show. So get right into it. You're from my neck of the woods out here in New England. How has the weather been down there in Connecticut?
It's our hottest summer, so we just been getting hot weather, but nothing too crazy,
For
Same
sure.
old, same old. Yeah.
Definitely. So you're in Connecticut. You went to school in New Haven, which I find really interesting because they play at a school that I'm going to college at, Assumption. So what was your experience like at New Haven?
New Haven was different. I'll say that. When I first got to New Haven, I was a walk-on. I walked on in the spring of 2021, so this is like right in the middle of the lockdown or whatever. And when I got there, it was like 5-person classes. We had to split up, weight room times, and we had like 140 people there. It's the biggest team I've been on by far. The way they do things, the way they operate, it's definitely the hardest I've had to work. New Haven is a different animal. They don't play. A lot of up downs, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of running. But what they do well is they make you buy in. And that was the biggest thing. They really get you to believe, we're really fighting for a chance to move up, a chance to be great. We're building something here. And that was the process at the time when I joined. Because before in the years past, they had only had, maybe about 80 to 90 kids. And I pulled up, we were 144 deep in the spring. And summer, it was like, only a few spots here. Not everyone's going to play. We're making the JV and all that. And it was rough at first. Once I got adjusted, I had to sit out my first year due to a transfer rule. Because that wasn't the first school I went to. My second year, though, it was fun. It was hard, but it's the type of challenge that you like. It's like the type of challenge that you need in order to grow as a person, as a player. I didn't necessarily get the result that I was hoping coming out of the senior year, but it did lead me to eventually play pro ball. So that I have New Haven to be thankful for. New Haven definitely elevated my career, and especially with the talent there. We have a lot of hardworking guys, a lot of guys that went under the radar that could have gone to the NFL, XFL, CFL. A lot of guys that really will make you better there, while at the same time everyone is competing.
For sure. I mean, Division II ball, there's a bunch of dogs. It's slept on a lot. So talk about the competition at D2.
D2, so I can compare it to where I was at before. I was originally at Division III school. And D2 is like, you'll have people from all over. You'll have guys who they have the Division III size, but then have the Division I talent. But they just wasn't there. So you got guys that you'll be on the O-line line up against a kid that's 5'9", 230, but he'll hit you harder than someone who's 6'5", 300 pounds. And then you'll have a guy that's huge that he might be special with his hands or something like that. It's just like you find all these anomalies in players in Division II. A lot of guys who are you wouldn't expect them to be this fast or be this strong or whatever have you, because they have the talent to be at a higher level, but may not have the size, which it kind of you can appreciate that because these are the guys that are really, really grinded through their way in high school and maybe other schools. They may not be getting the full ride, but they definitely are out here working like everyone else at the Division I level. And they're still doing it for what most people like to say D3 players are in it for the love of the game, because you're not really getting a full ride because D2 doesn't really give that. It was also like in New Haven, we have a really good, or well, when I was there, they had a really good game day environment, and I didn't expect that. But I've noticed with D2s, it's actually much like the Division 1 type of football environment. Game days are very packed. They're, it's live, it's hard hitting, it's fast. You got a whole bunch of tailgate and everything, just like a normal college game day, but just on a bigger scale from like the D3s, but not as big as the D1s. But it still feels like you're in a Division 1 atmosphere. When I was there for playing Division 2 ball, some of these schools may not have the most amount of money. That's just how it is sometimes. I know they just got their brand new facility and everything. You know how it is once you leave with like a school or something, they get all this nice stuff and whatever. But they got this brand new facility going on. They're looking a lot more professional, more elite and stuff. But when I was there, we was in the gym because of COVID. We was working out in the gym. We just used whatever we could, and a lot of memories was made. A lot of progress was made in that, and playing D2 ball really does humble you. But I feel like most people who go through the experience, whether it was positive or negative, always come out with some type of positive to learn from.
Definitely. I mean, I went to one Assumption game, and I have to say, the fans really, really popped out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really shocked, and I was really happy to be like, man, this is the school I'm going to. Like, we have a solid fan base here. So you're kind of fresh off college, which I found really interesting. You're young, you're right in the game. So after college, how did you evaluate your pro opportunities?
So, like I mentioned before, right? I didn't really get the result I was hoping to get out of senior year. I did not play that much. So I'm like, okay, what are my options? I can go overseas, maybe dominate over there. I can, try my luck at arena ball. But when I was looking at arena ball, I noticed everyone was bigger than me because I'm still undersized to arena ball, even though I started. I went on this site called Euro Players, and I also got in touch with the Gridiron crew. I got a hookup for an interview, and that definitely helped me get to where I wanted to be. And I got my agent off of Euro Players, and I was able to connect with some people. I was able to, expand my knowledge on the next level game, especially overseas, even though I have not gone overseas yet. Once I got the interview, I was able to get a bowl game invite to the Podium Bowl. I went down there earlier this year to Miami. I balled out, made a lot of new friends. Actually, some which played with me in Rapid City, some I played against in the CIF, and some others that went to the IFL, NAL, even the Eagles. And I even got some interest after the game from some teams in the CIF. So that's really where AL started for me after college. It was, in my personal opinion, one of my most proudest accomplishments of, not knowing what I was going to do, where I was going to go, but I owed it to myself to try, because a lot of guys, and there's no offense to the guys that have done this, because, a lot of guys are dogs in college, and I understand, life happens, it's tough. It's tough to like see a future with just continuing playing ball that's not in the NFL. But I had a dream going into college. I said I wanted to play professional football. That's it. I don't care what level. So I know I'm not an NFL O-line height, but it's a new world from a couple of years ago. The height thing, with guys like Aaron Donald and whatnot, they're changing that narrative. Anyone can, if you can ball, that's all that matters. So in my head, all that mattered was I owe it to myself to try, and that's it. And that's where my head has been at, and that's what led me to get to the next level.
Definitely. I mean, you have an opportunity to inspire many younger people. So Rapid City,
Mm-hmm.
South Dakota. How does a guy from Connecticut enjoy South Dakota?
So it was funny. So I actually got signed to the Salina Liberty at first. I was out there for about a week. Was released. No hard feelings. It's just business. Um, I hit up me and my agent both hit up the staff from Rapid City. I got on a plane 2 days later, get in there, and when I get to Rapid City, me personally, I actually enjoyed Rapid City. It was like I'm from the Bronx. I'm from New York, but I live on Connecticut now, and Rapid City was not that much far away from like Connecticut, especially in my area. I think it's because I was in Rapid City. That's one of the more popular areas of South Dakota. But like being out there, I had never been out past Ohio before I went out to Kansas, and just being out there, it was like surreal. I'm on the plane, I'm looking over down at on the land, it's all snow. Like I've never even seen like that much land covered by snow like that before. And it was just a surreal like experience first being there. And the facilities of Rapid City, in my opinion, are some of the best in the arena world. They have some of the best training facilities, some, in my opinion, the best arena in the CIF. Obviously, a lot of this because that goes to Omaha, but it's just like when I get there, it just felt like comfortable, and it was surprising because I'm in South Dakota. I'm from New York. Like, what am I doing in South Dakota? But I got comfortable pretty fast. The guys there were very welcoming, and they took me in, and they weren't in the greatest of spots at the time, but it was a great experience, and that's football aside. I loved being out there, even though there were times it got a little boring. But when you're from New York, a lot of things are boring. So from living from the big city going out to places where it's not as populated, it was a nice experience being out in South Dakota.
That's awesome. You play with my boy Shay Roberts, and
Mm-hmm. Shay, man. I know he's gonna see this too.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Talked a lot of trash to him this year. I'm an SWK fan, so
Mm-hmm.
when
I remember my first game against Southwest Kansas. Oh man.
So kind of transitioning to 2024,
Mm-hmm.
what are the opportunities looking like? Where can we expect to see you?
As of right now, I mean, there was some interest from some overseas teams, but I don't think that's the right fit for me right now. I think for me, would like to stay in the States and keep playing, whether it's indoor or outdoor. Right now, it's wherever I can find another place to play. In the 3 leagues, in the big leagues, in the arena world. I know that the XFL had their showcase dates recently and stuff like that. And, if there's a way to get there, that'd be great. I know some people there that are already drafted. Actually, the quarterback from New Haven last year got drafted to the Arlington team. Shout out to Connor. And, like it'd be great to play an outdoor again, but my main goal is just to stay in the States, get another season going with wherever, and I'll take it from there, honestly.
I think the USFL would be a great fit for you. I really do.
That's what's up.
I think that would be great to see you outdoors. So Noah, it's been a pleasure to talk to you today. My final 2 questions for you is: where do you personally see yourself in the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years? And what's your biggest piece of advice for younger people for you being from the Bronx?
So where I see myself, first of all, still playing ball, trying to better myself, whatever I can, keep working, keep training, keep climbing, striving for the dream. My piece of advice for people like me, especially people like me from the Bronx, is like, you don't have to listen to these people around you or keep up with people around you. You got to run your own race at your own pace. And the most important thing is your effort and trying. People at the end of it and they got successful, they don't get successful from giving up. You got to keep going. You know, some of these hardships are gonna make you better. You know, some of the obstacles you have to get over are gonna make you a better player, especially if you're trying to go for football. You know, just keep trying. It'll pay off. Just keep going, keep trying. You know, sometimes you might feel like giving up, and I know I've felt like giving up a whole bunch of times, but I'm here right now and I'm getting paid to play ball. There was a time where I thought I'd never ever put on another pair of cleats again. And there was actually a couple of times, honestly, but I kept with it. I stuck with it, and I didn't let what other people thought about me or how they viewed me or thought that I was stupid for trying to achieve my dream or corny for it or whatever. I didn't let all that get to me. I thought about it, and that's okay to think about it. But as long as you keep trying, you keep going after it, you're gonna be all right. You owe it to yourself to keep trying. That's it.
That's amazing. Well, you know, Noah, it's been great talking to you today. I will
Thank you for having me.
keep in touch with you. You know, look forward to seeing, you know, what your next step in your career is. I'm going to try my best to get you to Southwest Kansas. So we're going to try to make it happen. But, man, have a great rest of your day.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
I'm a game changer.